I'm God. And anyone who disagree, I'm the God of me.
Has there ever been a time when you say, I've said too much?
We're going to be gone in 100 years.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like we can't say enough.
I've been canceled. I've been canceled before they had cancel culture.
Adidas is me right in front of everybody's face, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it as usual.
You ever thought like, man, I wish I could take that back?
Nope.
I heard that.
Wake up, culture. Wake up. Everybody think they so woke, but they following the rules of what woke's supposed to be.
Everybody gonna die eventually, but I'm gonna live my entire life with zero fear.
You can't do enough for nobody out here. So how about it? I stop.
I ain't thankful. It's everyone about this. Like, can't nobody tell me la, 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 la.
Hello, your partner Big Boy. We've had Kanye in the neighborhood many a times, man, and it's always good when Ye comes to the neighborhood. And I'm not even just talking about, oh, you don't know what he's going to say, viral. Ye is also a personal friend. So anytime that he comes to the neighborhood, Ye speaks his mind. We've had Ye speak his mind on music. We had Ye speak his mind on social media. We had Ye speak his mind on him being the creator of all music genres in the last 20 years. But now let's get into Ye speaks his mind on the world. Let's make it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What?
he has arrived. It is a pleasure to see you this morning. Kanye West, how you doing, my brethren?
I'm doing good. Good
You
morning.
looking good, brother.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Doing that dominatrix, huh?
Exactly.
Taking all that training
Man, I've
time.
been missing out a couple
Best
days.
believe that, man. First off, we got to say, man, welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Welcome. And it's always a pleasure to have you back in the neighborhood, man. And as far as someone that's been busy, you've been busy.
Yes,
What's
sir.
life like for Kanye West right now, bro, Hamburger?
It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. I said good mixed with great. That's
Yeah.
what happened earlier. It's good.
Now, would it been good?
Huh.
Hey, man, what's the relationship with Kanye West and Jay-Z as of today?
With the labels?
With
Or-
just with you guys, just period.
I was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like, that was great. Like, what you want answer to be? Hey, Kanye, do you ever get to a point where like we'll see tweets or when you're on stage? Has there ever been a time where you say either to you or yourself or Kim, I've said too much?
You know, we're going to be gone in 100 years.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like we can't say enough.
Anything you ever thought like, man, I wish I could take that back?
Nope.
I heard that. What about conversations with you and your wife or somebody that's instrumental in your life? Have they ever pulled you to the side and said, why did you say that? Or why did you do that?
Oh, definitely all the time.
Right. Right.
Do you explain yourself or you just say, because I did?
No, I go deep.
Right.
We go deep. We take it back years before I was born and what and why and what my purpose is, why I'm here, why I have to represent. I got to represent the artists. I got to represent, justice. I got to represent what we all see but won't say.
Dude, we were talking about this yesterday, man. Now, Adidas stock has went up. And I remember speaking
Yes,
with you.
you did?
Yeah. And what's crazy
all
about
the
that?
way up.
Hello. Do you ever feel, Kanye, that sometimes, man, you got to jump on the bomb sometimes and we don't see it, and then we like, okay, I get it now.
Exactly.
Some people try to put you into a yesterday mode. Are you in that space where you're comfortable enough to say, this is where I am right now? I'm still a man of God. Jesus still is king, but this is vultures right now. This is where I am.
It is, but I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So I had to put my experience in this world, my experience with my children, my experience with other people, my experience with my account, my experience with my brand, and my experience with the level of music that I was dealing with in my own hands. Like a lot of times I just feel like in our society in America, people, Christians, we're depend on Jesus so much that we won't put the word in ourselves. And the main thing that really that I don't rock with is like, it's just always like, I'm gonna pray for you. And it's just like, you can actually physically do something yourself too, more than just pray. And we're so in this mentality that's all that needs to happen, but we ain't praying our way out of prison. We ain't praying our way out of the abortion clinics. We ain't praying our way to get our land back that was always ours. after gentrification, after the Harlem Renaissance and Black Wall Street was burned to the ground, them prayers ain't working. We have to apply actual physical building partnerships, and it don't start unless we could really be real with each other and say, this is what I did, this is what I did. Like, I mean, look at this. I know I'm not gonna third rail y'all interview, but look at the power of what happened when me and Kyrie was on the same page. See, that's what's scary. But what they do is they put us each in a silo and say, your grandmother gonna lose her crib, and this gonna, you know how many threats we've been dealt with? And I didn't pray my way through them threats either. I had to get up and do it myself. I had so much to do, I ain't had time to pray.
I definitely was lost. I got lost. I got caught up in my own ego, my own strategy, my own ideas. I tried to hold everything in my own brain, and then I had to let go and just let God and put it back in his hands.
But it's also the test and the testimony. Do you feel like if you didn't go through everything that a Kanye West go through, that you could see and have the texture of what you're doing right now?
I think he had to send me through some more experiences to be able to cast a wider net when he was ready to use me. Like mental health, you know, having a nervous breakdown, going to the hospital and having the stigma of being called crazy, actually it didn't make my it made me more relatable. It made it a wider idea. Everyone is dealing with health in some way. Like me being taken to my lowest, and that actually made me more relatable. You can't imagine when I go through middle America, like, let me tell you, it's like I was driving fast. I was looking at a property, this like 4,000 acres we were gonna buy out here, and I'm trying to drive fast to the freeway, and I hit a red light, and the guy said, now, where you gotta go so fast that you gotta drive this and cut me up? What, Kanye? Oh, thank you for what you're doing for our country. Thank you so much. Like, you have no idea. You be out here in LA and New York, and they'll have you all jacked up on Mountain Dew. They'll have you thinking that, like, this reality is not real. People are connected to the idea of having their own land. People are connected to the idea of service to Christ. This is the Bible Belt. This is America. This is where we are free to worship Jesus in the open.
What would Kanye be without being able to say those things, or without being Kanye, the Kanye that we know?
Well, the Kanye that y'all know is not just an expression of, you know, of inconvenient truths. It's also, you know, as we said before, innovation of sound, innovation of colors, of clothing, architecture, film. There's a lot of, you know, I'm just getting started in this lifetime.
When you go and you say, you know, I need $1 billion from over here, or I want my clothes to be made this way, early on, it may sound crazy to some people, like ridiculous. But then when you say, I don't want to do my shoes like this, I want my shoes to be done like this, you got us rocking Adidas with no stripes.
Right.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And Adidas is known for the stripes.
That's what
And now
makes it.
you got us rocking Adidas with no stripes. Do you ever feel like the public doesn't get Kanye? Because there's times even when I'm like, damn, Kanye, what the hell are you doing?
Man, if you have a vision 5 years, 10 years from now, where it's gonna be, people won't always see it when they first get it. But I mean, look at the 350, the Yeezy 350s. That was a hit. People just felt it right when it came out. We did the 750 as we segued from Nike to Adidas. And I knew when that 350 dropped, it was like that second single or something.
Right. They got this one. Wait till this one come.
I knew when that one came that people was gonna feel it. I knew that running shoes was like, people could wear that with almost anything. Man, and you know, as far as me asking for $1 billion, we're gonna look up 2 years. People gonna be trying to give me $1 billion for any and everything. They're gonna realize the power of creativity, the understanding, the importance of creative direction. Understand that any business idea starts with a creative idea first.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
How opposed are you to being put inside of a box? Because I remember our first interview with you when Fuzz was like, yeah, we got producer Kanye West. And I remember that day you told him, and Fuzz, you remember that you said, I'm a rapper, man.
Yeah.
And at that point, you wanted to be a rapper. You didn't want to be in a box.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the box now? Like, what would Kanye call himself?
A human being, a creative, a servant. You know, this is a Renaissance era. You know, we just try. I wanted to make the palette as wide as possible. If you're an artist, you can't tell an artist, look, you could do a sculpture one day, but you can't do a painting the next day.
Right.
You could create in whatever field you want.
Kobe Bryant won 5 championships. He sprained all kind of muscles all through his body, tore ligaments. And for people to go to Kanye West, where I'm playing in the highest level of mental sport, I had Mark Zuckerberg wanting to meet with me. You know what I'm saying? I had people come to want to meet with me that are makers of the world at this point. So I'm playing at this mental sport as a black man, post-Pac, post-Biggie, Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, in debt, completely controlled. The management knows how much exactly you're making on your tour, and it's just $2 less than what your house costs. And I'm ending up in debt every year. And then I have a breakdown. I should have a hospital in the back of our room for what I'm dealing with. Don't NBA players got like knees iced every time? I need to just like leave every day, just go right to UCLA for the level of game and sport that I'm working at. But we don't make Kobe's legacy be about one torn ligament, and my legacy ain't about, oh, he got mental health. That just come with the level of sport I'm playing at. What you talking about? People's trying to sun me left and right. Strategize. I've been canceled. Right. I've been canceled before they had cancel culture. I was canceled before they had the term.
Do you care about any of that?
I do. I care about everything.
Does it not rub you the wrong way, but does it get to your core when people do
Definitely
feel
don't rub me the right way. This definitely ain't gonna Johnny Gill up in this.
What do you say to people that say you turned your back on the culture or
Exactly,
black people?
100%. I have turned my back on the idea of victimization mentality. We are locked up. We went from 1-4. We went from 1-4 to 1-3, but we always pointing at the white people, but yet we want to spend all of our money on foreigns. We want to spend all our money on luxury as opposed to going and buying some land. America is for sale, and there's a lot of barren land. Disney bought a lot of it in Florida. But the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody bitch and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, bro, we brainwashed out here, bro. Come on, man, this is a free man talking. Democrats had us voting Democrats for food stamps for years, bro. What is you talking about? Guns in the 80s, taking the fathers out the home, Plan B, lowering our votes, making us abort our children. God should not kill. I can't tell y'all how to feel, but what I can tell you honestly is how I feel. And when I sat there 7 years in, 6 years in, to the Obama administration, when I was sitting at the Met balls, when I was sitting in front of white people and they thought, I wouldn't thought you would like Trump because of the racism. So you mean to tell me I make every decision based off my color? The most racist thing a person could tell me is that I'm supposed to choose something based on my race. If that was the case, I wouldn't have never wore a pink polo. I wouldn't have never wear skinny jeans. Everywhere I go, people pants smaller than mine. And I'm the one who, you eat fish sticks because I had skinny jeans on.
Billionaires, they just didn't accept the indoctrination from school that makes you overthink stuff. Stuff is right in front of you. I looked at the math. When I went to Adidas, they wasn't giving me a percentage at Nike. I went to Adidas, I looked at that math. Now I'm looking at just the conversion rates. Like we dropped the pods at $200 right before Christmas, and we got like 3,000 sales, and between the merch maybe made $1 million that one day on that website, which is low for the amount of sales and the audience that we had with the Yeezys. So then I always had this vision of doing everything $20. It's like my grandfather jumped through my body because he used to take me to the flea market when I was young, when I was lower than the table, and he had his house and he had his store across the lawn on the same property, and he had his Cadillac in the driveway, and he would go and teach me how to hustle and say, you know, and then go to stores in Chicago. You go to stores selling everything, some baby dolls, some toys, some fireworks, some other, like just whatever someone might need, like a Home Depot or QVC kind of thing. But it's his job as a merchant to do that. So it's like that merchant is inside of me. That's why I always think of all kind of products, from like house to shoes to the music, or like even when I was dealing with Balenciaga and Gap, there's times with the deal where it's just like grandfather just hopping through the phone, like speaking on my behalf, like what will my grandfather do in this situation? I got the head designer of Balenciaga doing Gap. So in this situation where, I mean, Apple, you know, I ain't never met with Tim Cook. They always send Larry Jackson or Eddie Q or Ebro to come talk to you and stuff. And I'm like, bro, I'm Steve. How I ain't gonna meet with, I'm the new Steve. How I'm not gonna meet with Tim Cook? You was employed to Steve. I'm Steve.
It's just interesting, you know, that feeling I had when I was in 4th grade and I got Jordans. You know, my mother gave me Jordans when I was in 4th grade. I actually didn't know what the Jordans were. And she came back, she gave us they were the 4s. And she said, the dude at the store said that these are the coolest ones. Like that. And I went into school, and all of a sudden I was the most popular kid that day. It was like it had given me some type of special power. I was like, I like this feeling right here. You know, then I would go visit my dad out in Tacoma Park, Maryland, and everyone out there, like in Chicago at that time, people were kind of dressing a little bit more like Heavy D. They had this store called Merry Go Round. People had like the rayon. You know what I'm saying? Hammer pants. And, you know what I'm saying? And but out in D.C., they was wearing Jabots, Jordans, and polo shirts. And then I came back, and everybody, so sometimes they're looking at me weird, differently, but everyone was asking me questions the whole time, and I just got addicted to, you know, being fresh.
How do you address when people say, oh, his sweater costs this much, his jacket costs this much, but we don't say that when we go and buy somebody else that's so-called high-end?
Is that, you know, it's a journey. You know, Steve Jobs, the next computer was way too expensive.
Right.
When I wanted a computer, my mom put me in a computer programming class when I was 8 years old. It's actually how I started producing. By the time I was 13, I was producing on the computer. And it was actually because I was in that programming class, I was able to apply that to what I love, to me loving the music and me loving art and everything. So it's a process. My life, my journey, and my mission. Both my parents are activists, educators, and I've been fortunate enough to go out and be able to buy that Givenchy Balmain, collaborate with the designers, learn everything. But it's like I'm telling y'all right now, I know what it's like to just be riding in the car with my mom on the way to school, and you know, her struggling to buy me that chalk line jacket or that hat or whatever I wanted out that mall. And now I got the position. I got the #1 spot of clothing influence. I could say a lot of stuff that people, when I compare myself, Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, how, you know, people get mad at that. But if I tell y'all right now, I got the #1 spot of influence on clothes and stuff like that, like, come on, man. You know, you did this Michael Jordan of the internet, right? So I'm going to take that position. And as you see, every season we're getting the price down, dealing with factories. Like, look at flat screens when they first came out. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, everyone can get a flat screen. So a lot of times when you're dealing with something that's innovative or dealing with factories, building relationships, also getting the numbers up. Because you got a factory, you're going to sell 100. The factory's going to charge you a lot. You can sell 10,000. You're going to get the price for a tenth of the price. That's the reason why it takes time to get the prices down. Also, I'm developing exactly what the Yeezy language is. You know, the military jackets, the sweatshirts. Like, one thing, I don't know if anybody here got a V-neck. I'm just going ahead and put this out. Nothing against nobody wear V-neck. I don't like V-necks.
I'm so glad I didn't wear one today. But I would have worn one anyway.
I like them, but
you know what I'm saying? So it won't be no Kanye line, no Yeezy line of V-necks?
We're not doing V-necks.
Damn. Why you don't like V-necks? You got a two-tone body, huh? Yeah. You one of them cats that got like a light chest. You don't want nobody to see it, Kanye? What is it?
Hide it.
Why not V-necks? Now when I rock a V-neck, you're going to be all in my head.
Exactly. That's why I put that out there. I want everybody that puts a V-neck on from now on be like, Ye said no V-necks.
My father's a Black Panther. My mother got arrested for the sit-ins at age 6. They were fighting for us to have the right to our opinion, not the right to vote for whoever the white liberals said Black people are supposed to vote for. You get what I'm saying? And then James Corden went in and said, well, this president, you're Christian, and this president, I don't see anything Christian about him. I said, okay, so last year y'all tried to tell me who I'm supposed to vote for because I'm Black. Now this year, white liberals trying to tell me who I'm supposed to vote for because I'm Christian. That would be like, I live in Calabasas, so everyone in my car's gotta be a convertible, huh? Right. It's just all based on y'all vision of what I'm supposed to do. And I understand like a lot of people, it's not a matter of whether you like it or who like it. We are in a country where we allowed to like whatever we like. I love Jesus Christ. I love Christianity. I love the Sistine Chapel. I love all the paintings. I feel that Christianity, there's no, people make spoofs of it. I'll be looking at Family Guy, and I like Family Guy. I like Seth MacFarlane, right? But he makes jokes about the Christian faith. And I'm sure that's the way he was brought up, but I understand because North, when she talks about church, it's a positive connotation. A lot of us in those 4 walls, it felt like we were stuck in the pews. So like what we said 10 years ago, that you inspired for me to go there, we are now actualizing that. Another thing is like this idea of like apologizing. We'll apologize for saying George Bush don't care. Apologize for running on stage with Taylor Swift. Apologize for wearing the wrong color hat. I ain't apologizing nothing. Y'all dealing with grandpa now. I done been through too much. I'm the founder of a $3 billion company. You think I'm finna listen to somebody online tell me who I'm supposed to apologize for?
Do you feel like, and since you did get there, do you feel any of the pressures when people say Kanye did let him down? When we think about George Bush don't care about Black people, that's when everybody was like, oh, Kanye. And then when we look at Kanye now, I mean, if we agree or not agree with you, just when you say the wrong color hat.
Yeah, think about this for a hat. This is one of my main things. It's like, what is the culture? It's like, man, this ain't for the culture. We doing something for the culture. We are orphans, bro. We are cultureless. We don't have our own culture. We sign to culture vultures. We sign our life away. Our contracts to culture vultures. Think about everything that's cultural. Taking a knee is cultural. Being on social media is cultural. Wearing high fashion is cultural. Pushing a foreign is cultural. All these things are not owned by our culture. So who designed the culture? What does it mean to do it for the culture? That's why I do it for Christ.
They ain't giving us money, they giving us acknowledgement. I don't want your acknowledgement. And I went so far past any level of acknowledgement. You know, I was banished, I was exiled, I was canceled multiple times. So what, I done had like my kids not show up to Sunday service right in front of everybody. And you know what I mean? Like I'm crying to see my daughter and all of the usual suspects, the handlers, Dave Chappelle, Meek Mills, Diddy, all these people aren't in position. Now for us as celebrities, they gotta call and put a leash on them. What we gonna do with Ye? Oh, he delusional, that's the best. Dave, give him a call. Diddy, give him a call. Tell him we ain't like the t-shirt. Tell him like right now the agenda is, this is the voting agenda for the celebrities, for the Black. Make them do exactly what LeBron would do. Make them do exactly what Drake would do. And y'all know my stance on this. I want to say something about the number one. What's so good is the fuck you of it. And for everybody that's working at a normal ass job, like a fast food restaurant, or somebody girlfriend done left them for some nigga with more money, or whatever the fuck it is, all nigga want to do is just like pull up in that, so they can pull up right in front of this bitch and be like, fuck you. Now I just pulled up on everybody from last year cancellation, like, fuck all you niggas, fuck you, fuck your mom, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Hey man, was that where the social media, I don't know if was it a tweet that you had put up?
What's that?
With the fuck yous. Was that like, is that what you're speaking on when you say, man, I was pulled this way, I was pulled this way, I was shut down, I was denied, and it feels good to inhale to just say, fuck you.
Yes,
fuck you.
yes.
Fuck y'all.
That's what people don't know. That's the exhale.
Right.
The exhale ain't like, I would like to thank, I ain't thankful. It's fuck everyone about this bitch. Like, can't nobody tell me shit. La, 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 la.
When people say Kanye is braggadocious, Kanye's a butthole, like, do you feel like, do those things affect you?
No, because I am braggadocious and
Right.
I am
Right.
an asshole sometimes.
Go
and
ahead
stuff.
now.
I mean, it's just the truth, man. But I'm Ye, man. Ain't nothing else you could do about it, man. I can't be somebody else. If I was to have tried to be someone else my entire life, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
That's real.
It's just who I am. You know, I'm a champion. I'm a winner. I came to do this. I came to crush. I came to pull your arms out the side of your body. No, but I came to do what I did. You know, I innovated. I know that I'm champion. I know I changed the game, but greatest artist of the past 20 years, whatever you want. They say, I know that people don't want me to say it, but it is what it is. And I can only tell you, this is my truth. When I look in the mirror and I think about it, it's like, this is like some Michael Jackson levels. Can you believe it? Can you eat? I got to step back. I got to pinch myself sometimes.
Go ahead
Can
now.
you believe it? This is possible. That is actually a me here. And then, like, you know, think about when Drake and Justin Bieber lost for Best New Artist at the Grammys. What they say? Where's Kanye when you need him?
Right.
You need a guy like me in the game. You need somebody that's not watered down. I'm 38 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm still Ye.
Yeah.
They tried to beat me down, man.
Go ahead now.
They put me in debt. They assassinated my character.
Go
You know what I'm
ahead.
saying? I can't even go to a restaurant. Somebody say, oh, you're bad. I'm not a bad person. I'm just telling you my truth, though.
Go ahead now.
Man, have I said too much? Have I done
No.
too much at this point?
Keep going.
I feel like, no, that's it. That's all I got to do.
I'm the guy who said, stop gay bashing, right? I took that L. Consequence took that L. He had to go to Queens the next day. He took, you know what I'm saying? Like, hip hop was dropping F-bombs, and I said, stop. You can play the footage. I said, stop it. As soon as I said, close on Sunday, just like Chick-fil-A, there was LGBTQ articles saying they need to boycott my company. I said, George Bush don't care about black people. You can't do enough for nobody out here. So how about it? I stop. You get what I'm saying? People forget so quick. Think about that. I'm the one, I thought my career, you know, the funny thing is people are like, man, this is gonna be harmful for your career. This is gonna be, I said,
Did you worry about that?
man, I fear and love God. When you remove the fear and love of God, you create the fear and love of everything else. You talking to somebody right now that only fears God, and Jesus has won the victory, bro. This is my opinion. I'm not thinking about what I'm saying based on how other people are gonna feel. I'm just saying how I feel. And who you know do that. I ain't calculating nothing. And God is using us to show off. I'm talking about when I was calculating things, I was ending up in debt. Next thing you know, I'm not even on Instagram, and Yeezy is the #1 Google search brand on the planet, above Louis Vuitton, above Nike, above Adidas, Yeezy. And I'm not even a part of the culture. I'm canceled. I don't have no gram. I'm not on the gram. And it's the #1 brand. This joint, last valuation I got was $3 billion, and these are people trying to buy it, so it must be worth $6 billion.
Man, yeah, we gonna have to, on a lot of stuff, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. Because I think we're gonna walk out the door with the same way that we walked in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's what I've been saying. Let's agree to disagree.
yeah, and I'm fine
people.
with that.
I wake up every day just surprised to be alive. Like, because of how many threats I got, from political to, you know, Twitter commentary to all that, just like going through, just to be like, boom, I'm exposed, because the first thing the first step to cleaning up something is like people be like, man, there's some smell. It just smell like that. It's like, have you checked under that couch? Nobody want to lift up that couch. And if you go to lift up the couch, the whole industry is like, stay away from that couch.
Yeah.
Do not. If you lift up that couch, that's going to be. We're going to call you anti-Semitic. If you lift up that couch, we're going to call you anti-Semitic. If you say, this is literally, you can read it. And, you know, this way y'all can do y'all edits, whatever y'all want to do. If you say that the lawyer is talking to the manager, is talking to the label, and all you are is a cow, like the meat packagers should come in and out. All you are is a supermodel showing up at the club and then bringing the celebrities around, like this the new models around. And when they get older, they bring in a new batch. That's who the artists are. You know, there's a joke. That's why I'd be like surprised I'm still alive. There's an industry joke. There's two jokes. One joke that a friend of mine, I'm not gonna put on blast just because it's just about the joke more than it's about the name. He says, he is a manager. He said, you know what I hate about artists? They take 80% of my money.
Wow.
And the other joke they had is, what would we do if artists figured out their own distribution? And the punchline is, we'd have to kill them. So I'll be surprised that I'm still alive every day.
Jesus is king. I was making I Love It a year ago. I had denounced Christ. And God brought me the hardest year of my life and said, are you ready, my son?
What's the
Are you
hardest
ready?
year? What
Are you
does
ready?
that mean?
Come on, man. I'm saying Trump hat, slavery's choice. Man, that's a lot on my health. I already got HSP. I already been diagnosed. Then you add that, and I'm sitting in a plank position on every question. I can't find out the answer. Like, man, that's a lot. I mean, I'm a human being. Even though I can channel art, I work for Christ. God has supernatural powers. He can cover all of this, but I still am human. And when I was serving my ego and serving my legacy, serving my culture, serving my city, all this kind of stuff, I am a 6-star, I'm a 1,800-star Michelin chef. And imagine that level of intricacy to the project that I put into music, that I put into stage signs, that I put into shoes, that imagine a 1,600-star Michelin chef having to serve 10 different tables every night. And that's what happened. That's what we be thinking about on Instagram. There's a person, they can insert comments at will. They can insert comments that they want to get you. Let me tell you something. This is something that Zane denounced that I know for a fact. The game Angry Birds has a motion like this. And if you remember, girls are just not known for playing a lot of video games. This game was popular with girls. It was a scientific calculation that this set off a certain dopamine specifically in the female mind. What else go like this?
Tinder. What else?
Instagram. So the funny thing is the people that control that, rappers be talking about, I got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Like, I'm sorry, I know my Christian scorecard just went down for using a profane piece of language. You ain't got your Instagram, got all y'all, because they going to do it for the gram before they do it to you. They going to send a picture to the gram before they send it to you. Social media doing more to hurt families than it is to help families, and families are the key to health.
You ran one of the most popular families on Instagram. How do you divide that up?
Oh man, just come on, UCLA, pull up. I'm gonna just have this hospital visit right now. You see?
Right.
I don't know about this shit as well as I'll know about it 10 years from now.
Right.
Me willing, I'll be still alive. Because it's up to me if I'm still alive. I would kill myself. Yeah, if I felt like it, it's up to me. And people say, God willing, me willing, then I'm still alive. I will understand this better, and I'm gonna provide things for y'all that simplify these contracts. Right now, I have no say-so over Yeezy, over the shoes. In broad day, Adidas, Harvey Weinstein, one of the biggest artists, and people just sit back and look at the Michael Jackson video of him saying they looked at my buttocks and they could just go make jokes and go on with their day. That's why this number one is a fuck everybody. Yo, you know one of the greatest things that we in World War III. Instagram is World War III. It's digital. We exist in the mental and the meta. We have a famous one. Instagram got your bit. You know what I'm saying? We already existing in World War III. It's a digital meta mind war of perception, cancellation, this many numbers. Oh, it's a rap. They touring ain't doing good. Let's turn down they touring. Let's turn this down. Oh, we like this artist now. We can turn this down. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. And this one we can turn up.
And everybody's like, well, I want you to be smiling in your photo. Nigga, we are in war right now. 50% of black deaths is abortion. We kill ourselves. That's psychological warfare. We don't buy no land. We doped out, we fried out. Everything that we promote is about the destruction of what we're doing. We are at war.
People gonna use clips from what we just said as motivation 5 years from now.
Right.
People need that motivation. You know what I'm saying? We all controlled by a lack of our self-worth. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught to not believe in ourselves so we can be extremely controlled. I fought to be able to create, but that's what I'm here to do. Like I fought to grab that microphone and rap, and I delivered what I never took that opportunity for granted. I never take this position for granted. You know, I only know how to give 1,000%. 1,000, you know what I'm saying? We was in the studio to 3, 4 something last night. We got in that, you know, I got in that Uber this morning, came over. You know what I'm saying? We giving this new record. We sitting at, you know, we getting all the other artists on it. This is a full-time experience, job, life. Life is a full-time experience, a job. I'm on it. I got to live mine to the maximum and give y'all whatever y'all want. If y'all don't like, you know, my feelings, expressing myself, me loving myself and stuff, people should like, you know, love themselves more. Like it is an agenda set for people to not like me. It's not just about not liking me. If people get to liking themselves too much, they gonna be standing up, going to other radio stations, starting they show up, you know what I'm saying, getting their crew, moving their kids to a nice house and like providing for their family. And you know, you can't do too much of that, man. You gotta believe that you gotta believe in nothing. You know, that's what they try to tell you. Don't believe in yourself. Man, I can't stop. I can't be stopped. I can't stop myself. I ain't finna stop myself. They tried to kill me. They couldn't do it. I'm still here, stronger than ever. You know what I'm saying? We dropped Pablo, first #1 streaming album. We about to drop this Crew Winner. We going on tour, and we doing some things I can't speak about. Quite a couple other moves right there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure you can't say that, Kanye?
Yeah, you said the tour.
No, hold on, man. Are you sure you can't say what we talked about?
Nope. Can you say it?
They got you, man.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to work that on you. You just went through that whole thing.
Yeah, I was so inspired. And what happened?
It's all about the magic. It's the timing.
Are you afraid of losing your audience? Yay.
I told you I'm only afraid of God. I'm only afraid of my daddy, God. I done been 15 years. I'm telling you, God is showing that you can have your own thoughts, bro. I've been canceled before there was cancel culture. Who told you that my career would be over? The same people that are telling you that you can't have a right to say who you will vote for, those people will be soon to take Jesus out the school. Those people will be soon to remove Jesus, period, from America, which is the Bible Belt. Those people will be soon. Man, come on, man. I ain't finna go Alex Jones level on y'all, man. Come on, man. What y'all, like, wake up, Mr. West, wake up, culture. Wake up. Everybody think they so woke, but they following the rules of what woke's supposed to be. Hip-hop ain't never been about following rules. It's been about doing what you feel. I'm gonna take the Louis, I'm gonna throw it like this, I'm gonna do it with the polo, I'm gonna do it like this. Even like the way I talk. Hold on, let me use my African-American voice. Let me use my Disney-approved voice. You know what I'm saying? We're not even speaking in our own language, bro. Like, we talk louder than this. Africans talk loud. Italian moms talk loud. We talk louder, but we speak in our corporate voice. Or we don't want to ruin the deal voice. Or this why, bro, I love y'all, man. And I love me. And I love Christ. And y'all should love to see this. I'm not gonna tell y'all what y'all should do. I'm just doing what I do. If you love it, then cool. If y'all wanna rap me, it ain't gonna make a difference, honestly. I done been killed so many times on social media, and I'm still here. I'm still talking. Look at me.
Do you care?
I told you I care
I'm talking
about
about how
everything.
you perceived, which could be a crazy word, perceived, as far as like how people look at you. Do you care about that?
I need people to just, I don't even need anything. I'm praying that people can see that Jesus won the victory. When I was making raps in service to the devil, talking about you a hoe, I love it, all this, I was in debt. Now that I'm in service to Christ, God is showing off. He's showing off in my life. He's showing off in my family. I'm just saying, like, y'all got to think, man, black people are like the housekeepers of America. Think about how your housekeeper, you know what I'm saying? They got a certain volume. They're supposed to talk in the house. We got a certain volume. We're supposed to talk in America. So what do you think if a housekeeper is screaming in my house? What do you think the other housekeeper going to tell them?
Be quiet.
Be quiet, yay. Be quiet, yay.
Don't disrupt the house.
Don't disrupt America, yay. We orphans out here, but don't disrupt. There is.
But what if some people feel like you siding with the slave master too? If we're in the house and it's the Trump household, it's like just like shit. You siding with the slave master. If we're both in the house and I see you rolling through wearing the red hat, I'm like, man, he just like this dude over here. And am I speaking that? Maybe. Or others speaking that? Maybe. But I'm saying, how do we separate that? If we're both in the house, we like, man, you know.
I'd rather deal with somebody who called me an N-word to my face than a person that signed me for a lifetime deal on a 255 page of my contract.
I got you.
I'd rather know what I'm dealing with. That's why when I walk in with any, I don't keep nothing on my chest. I'd be like, this is what I'm dealing with, but I'm here. This is what I'm dealing with. It has been institutionalized slave mastery and slavery. Our mentality is only one of the two. Now we need to find freedom. You got two forms of freedom: financial freedom and freedom through serving something higher than yourself.
Are you free now? Or are you working on being free?
I'm a human being. I'm delivered, and everything happens for a reason. I'm yay.
How did you not so-called disappear? Like, because that's a hell of a fight.
Because I'm God. And anyone to disagree, I'm the God of me, and you can't tell me who I am. I can't tell y'all. I could tell y'all. It's y'all job to listen. I'm the God of me. I don't know if I'm in heaven already and shit. I got number one. For all you know, I might be on like a fourth dimension version of the lifestyle. I don't know. Like I said, I must have died in this accident. It must be heaven. I feel like, there's people, tech guys and shit like Shervin or Elon. Elon always says, whatever would be the funniest outcome is what should happen. He's just thinking like, what is the most insane version of something? And that's the version that should happen. My boy Shervin said, God or alien or universal, whatever happens, it feels like victory favors the brave. Like the people that lean into it, that give, because it's all like ears. It just threats at the end of the day. It's like, why should you fear? It's another thing I don't like in Christianity, the fear of God. If God is love, why should you fear him? Because you place one fear, you get another fear, you get another fear. What do you have at that point? You're easily controllable. You're easily sellable. You're easily contracted because you have this fear on you. Like everybody gonna die eventually. but I'm gonna live my entire life with zero fear. Fear of a contract, fear of perception, fear of getting my black card denied. Fear. I'm not gonna jump in front of a train.
Right.
Be conscious.
Right.
You know, ain't nobody finna tell me shit, call me shit, tell nobody around me shit, play with me, play with nobody around me. None of that. It's straight from Pink Polo. I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm the lawyer from Carlito's Way. I'm fried at this point. Fuck every label, fuck every contract, fuck any type of phone calls. We number one. It's fuck everybody. You better not bring your bitch around.
Why did you start Sunday service?
When I went to the hospital, one of the things that I wrote down was start a church in Calabasas. Now, this year, after this year, I 200 tweet, all this type of stuff, I was like, look, God, take the wheel. You know how people say, Jesus, take the wheel? I let Jesus take the wheel. And I didn't even know what it was meant to be saved. What it means to be saved. I didn't know what it meant to be saved. Like, I was talking about The Life of Pablo was a gospel album. And still it got a picture of a girl in a thong on a cover. I'm talking about this is a gospel album. But it shows you that people could want something and there's no one around standing up and saying, this is how you get it. Like it's people around us in the music industry that want to get out of debt, but ain't nobody saying this is how you get it. It's people who want to get out of being brainwashed, and they want to wake up for real, but ain't nobody saying this is how you get it. It's simple. The truth is right here in the Word. So I was 4 months in, working on the album. I had the best luxury shock treatment of gospel possible. You know what I'm saying? 40 people singing, 60 people, 80 people singing about Jesus. And I had one of my friends come over, and we were just having a good time, and it's a good feeling. He said, man, it's just like one of them LA churches where everybody come around just talking about it's good. Where the word at, though? People gonna need some solid food. And then we started talking about Christ. And then my dad, I was in the car, and I was talking about, man, you know, someone was saying, like, you know, we need to have a word. And he's like, yeah, you got to have some word. I was like, but, and now me and my dad got to this biggest argument about it. My dad was like, you got to have a word in church. Google it. And we got into it. I was like, Dad, you know how many things I had to Google because you wasn't here?
Oh.
It was like, but he was right.
I know you're about to celebrate a birthday coming up,
Yes.
man. And what does Kanye do for Father's Day, man? Do you get surprises? Is Father's Day special for Kanye West?
Yeah, definitely. You know, think about it. And the meaning of life is life itself, in my opinion. Your kids learning, growing, learning how to be a father, connecting, you know, with my daughter and my son. I'm just learning so much, man. I'm happy. I'm just so happy to be a father.
What kind of father is Kanye West?
Well, you know, I know when I talk about my music, I get real like amped up
Right.
and stuff like that, but just like that, like where I want to sit and I want to listen. I want to learn. I want to learn what my daughter has to say. I want to learn what she's learning. I want to see just how I can contribute to her living the best life possible.
Does it scare you to have, and we got kids, but just the way the world is right now, man, how protective are you as a father?
I'm extremely protective. I'm all, you know, I'm doing it. When I left, you know, Nike for Adidas, I did it for my daughter.
Wow. Now, what do you mean by that? Because at one point it was like, man, he with Nike. Like, how does he want to get there and then he just bounce? Like, why for your daughter?
There was an opportunity to grow.
Mm.
There was love, respect, and admiration at Adidas. There was an opportunity to make a better life for my daughter.
I'm working on more kids, but with them 4 kids right there, it's like the first 2 got to see and know they daddy. They got to know a black person that wasn't only an employee. That dynamic is so, the effect that it has on the meta stage of stage of a child's life between 5 and 12, to only see your color as an employee and never see your color, because you're taught the color in the school. They wouldn't even be knowing it was about a color unless that was taught to you. So I will say color because it's taught. This is red, is this, everybody. The effect that it has to not see a person of your color be able to make a final decision will make you feel that you're never able to make a final decision. I asked North, I said, how many times are you in a situation where it's people that don't look like you telling you how you need to sell something to people that look like you? If I was a farmer or a cow herder or like a hunter, if I took my 10-year-old out, I gotta show him where the snakes is. I gotta show him him or her how to protect themselves. And this is the things where I can stand up proudly and say, you know what? I lost $8 billion. Adidas is raping me right in front of everybody's face, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it as usual. And we still gonna get that money back and still be in a better position than Adidas someday. As people who work, I got Jewish friends that'll say, like I got this friend, Udi, he works in the shoe industry, and he's like, man, I don't never want my kids, people always say, I don't never want my kids to have to do what I had to do. Yeah. What I had to do. But some of that they gotta do. It's interesting. I think about my relationships, like I do not have the best relationships in the music industry. I do not harness them. I do not foster them. I don't give a fuck about them. And then it's like that, and then my daughter gonna pull up to all these backstage areas and I'll be back again. Oh my God, I'm back again. And it's gonna be like, and I gotta be there for like not get to be there for my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she gonna wanna, like we got a TV performance and some shit like that, that I just thought about that. I was like, man, did I tell you about that TV performance? You know that nigga say some shit halfway through?
Ty like, oh, okay, we got that.
That's like a nigga that owe you money and they show you their new jacket, like, man, I just got this from my cousin.
Yeah.
To insert the word, to put the gospel in it. It's funny because as I go on this road right here, there's still a thing where there's like a constant you did this wrong. This was not culturally cool. It's not culturally cool to have a mental breakdown. It's not culturally cool to wear, bro, I'm done with trying to like live for the, I got designs in me, man. I used to watch pole position when I was a kid and make a car out of duct tape. And my mom would come in the room and be like, my son's a genius. And now we look at that product like that, and people are responding to that product. They responded to what we did with the 350s. We were sitting in a room, Dimna, head of Balenciaga, Virgil, Jerry Lorenzo. All these designers are sitting in the same apartment that my wife got robbed at a few years later. We sat there, and I remember when that soul came in and the turtle dove upper happened, and it might have been 2 a.m. in the morning. Now that shoe is selling 4 million pairs a year. It's the new shell toe. It is the most impactful design in shoes. And do you remember interviews when I was telling people, yo, I am the Tupac of fashion? I was like, I might not be the biggest musician because you got Michael Jackson, you got Tupac, you know what I'm saying? But with apparel, I knew it. And we just at the beginning. This is the #1 Google brand on the earth. And now I'm praying and saying, exactly we said 10 years ago, how do I do this all for Christ? How do I bring it all to the church to be a Christian innovator? Everything we do is for the church so we can heal, so we can go on missions. bring food, bring energy. We was down in the Bahamas with Rick Fox working on hurricane-proof homes. Soon as we figure out collectively how to fix that, that works for Haiti. That works for the Dominican Republic. That works for third world countries around the world. The amount of energy and engineers that went into turning the iPhone camera from one camera to two, and guess what we got here? We got 3 cameras on you that take super long to take a photo if anybody got the new iPhone. But the amount of information and thought that went into that can fix the Bahamas, can fix Haiti. So many people at MIT. Let me tell you, MIT right now, y'all in a box. They have you in a box. You can save the world, but you are working on things that are too small. Take a step back. Stop worrying about your college, your loans. Stop worrying about what job that they got waiting for you in Silicon Valley. MIT, you can save the world. Kids in college, you can save the world. I'm putting my life on this interview right now. It's up to y'all. Y'all have the ability to just step back from what you think culture is today. It's not about any candidate. It's not about red or blue. It's about humanity. Y'all talking about it's 12 years of oxygen left. Talking about we gonna kill the earth. We can't kill the earth. We gonna kill the things that keep us alive on the earth, and the earth gonna survive. It's up to y'all. Y'all the future. Y'all the future, but what y'all working on right now? I'm working on this 3D printed thing that is funded by who though? Y'all could do it.
I'm like Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter can explain to you why he's locked up, and he also can break out whenever he feels like it. So obviously, I can break out whenever I feel like it. A big thing I had to learn over this past year and a half is to not expect anything from anyone, but also, nigga better not expect nothing from me. You know, gotta be like, man, you ain't do this, you ain't do this.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. And it's like, you should do it. I'm like, no. You know, we are all our own person.
I've been killed my career. But let me explain something to y'all right now. If you go to any high school or any college, I'm their favorite. If you mix Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Steve Jobs, every version of any or even Spider-Man, whatever y'all want to put in it, it's like, yo, that guy is actually in Hollywood. This man then been put on medication. This man had to pay $1 million of paparazzi fees for slamming the Britney Spears paparazzi call. This man had been called crazy. This man had his whole culture turn his back on him. And he still is himself and giving glory to God, a humble servant to Christ. Because what I'm saying is, I have love and fear of God and nothing else. So it's not in service of Christ for me to bow or be concerned of men. Mm-hmm. So I might come off away, but I'm working for my daddy.
There's a lot of things that's said about you, Kim, your kids, whatever it is. Is that hard to look at, or when people say that's what you signed up for? Did you sign up for all that?
I didn't know it was a place to sign up. You know, you just out there doing music. You love who you love, and you live your life. You know, a lot of things come with it. You know, what do they call that bullying when it's on the internet? What do they call it? The word
Cyberbully?
Cyberbullying and all that stuff like that. People using, you know, the celebrities as an opportunity to let hatred out, express. They might have an issue with their father or something like that, and it comes off in Instagram comment number 8. Why did his leg twisted to the side some type of way? It's like, you know what? We have to be strong. We're so blessed. We're so fortunate, and we have to just appreciate the opportunities we have. And with me, it's like I want to that form of there's codes to the good life that I've learned, and some of it comes in space. How much space your home has, what type of clothes you might wear, what type of car you might drive. And what I've learned is by, we say seeing the other side of the curtain, being on the other side, being on both sides, being a 14-year-old that can't afford Taco Bell to, pulling up Taco Bell in a Maybach, seeing both sides of it. There's so many, especially in clothing. You go into the Hermes store, you go to Celine or something, the way they make the clothes, the proportions of the clothes, the type of color palettes they use, it just says, it screams, it's nice.
Christian enough, hip hop enough, street enough, corporate enough, black enough, brown enough, cool enough. Like, how do you deal with all those enough?
I done had enough.
Right.
Y'all done saw it. It was done. I was fed up. I was through with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm through with it, bro. I'm telling you, it's like, I serve Christ. You gonna get my opinion? It don't even matter no more, almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, that's Ye. That's your brother. I'm here. I must be here to stay. I ain't went nowhere. There's gonna be some ups and downs. I'm not always gonna say the right thing. Matter of fact, it's my favorite to say the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. You do that well.
I do it well, bro. Every time someone asks you a question and you try to give the right answer, your life is a test.
Yeah. And then you'll never have the right answer anyway. We're human beings, bro. Jesus is king. I appreciate your time.
Love you,
I wish you nothing but the best, bro.